My name is Dietmar Hauser. I am the Chief Procurement Officer of TÜV Süd. And in my second role, I'm one of the two managing directors of the TÜV Süd Business Services GmbH. It's a so-called shared service organization where we serve more than 40 companies in Germany for TÜV Süd with finance services, IT services, real estate management and procurement. So TÜV Süd already has in place different systems in procurement, so a strategic tool, an operational tool, and also an invoicing tool. And there's a clear need that we get now one procurement suite where we can serve all the different areas in one platform and not having so many interfaces. That was the challenge. Before you start selecting a provider for procurement suite, you have to understand the business of TÜV Süd. TÜV Süd as a global operating company, we're having more than 3,000 different services and products in our portfolio. And the variety of different products from the, let's say, Easter egg color testing up to an atomic power plant, or another example from pacemaker up to, for example, wine testing facilities. You need a dedicated software provider where you can actually provide all the needs from procurement. On the other side, it's also important that you have less interfaces to the back-end system like we're using SAP in the back-end. Therefore, we need interfaces in R3 and also for the future in S4HANA. We have selected at the beginning the first two models. The one is to purchase to pay, and the other one is the source to contract, the strategic approach, including invoicing, which is very important for us. We said when we will change to a new procurement suite, it's important that we have a high level of self-administration. That means we are sitting in the driver's seat and we are able to change the system and to adapt the system to our needs and our dedicated processes. First of all, at the moment, we are running more than 60 companies globally. We have clustered these legal entities in so-called shared service organizations where we have dedicated procurement departments. And the next step will be now that we are starting with the pilots. So we're starting with procure to pay. As a pilot, we have chosen 3 pilots, 2 in Germany and one in Spain. And then in parallel, in summer, we will then do also the source to contract, where we take all the strategic buyers around the globe involving to the system. First of all, I think transparency is key. That means we want to know every process step about dealing with suppliers and serving the internal customers. That's the one expectation, and we want to have also a closer interaction with the suppliers, onboarding process, life cycle management, and also the adoption to other systems around procurement, for example, sustainability, etc. So there's a high expectation on transparency, speed is of essence, and having one global system in place. Be fit for the future. Be ready for the new challenges in procurement. It's not only the procure to pay process, it's not only the strategic tool, it's also all about supply chain due diligence. It's all about sustainability, and it's all about supplier development, strategic alliances, etc., etc. From my perspective, seeing the change in Europe to getting more and more service business, I think service procurement is one key success factor in the future, and therefore I expect from Ivalua a strong engagement and investment into service procurement to also integrate this as a part of the procurement suite. When you split up the project into a so-called design phase and a so-called build phase, what we learned, even the hard way, is that you have to have focus on the design phase. Take your time with workshops in designing your processes down to level 5, have a common shared document before you're starting with the build phase. That makes the project much easier if all processes are clearly defined and Then you can have a shorter build phase in the software and you are faster in rolling out the project.